Hey, check this out. The Lakers in-season tournament banner. Charles Barkley said, you don't do champagne for in-season tournaments. If the Lakers put the in-season tournament banner up, I'm going to roast their ass on television. I got one question. Is it a championship or not?
It says championship. The problem is we don't know where this is going to be moving forward.
You think they're gonna do away with? Let me ask you a question: is it more or less likely they'll have an in-season tournament next year, and the next year, and the next year, or they're gonna do away with it? What's more likely?
I think they're gonna. I think this is a new thing.
Okay,
it seems successful, but why is Charles Barkley talking? You're gonna have to ask him.
You ain't raised no banner. Period.
No. If he's laughing at that championship, is he still giggling when Phoenix Suns in '93 put up the Western Conference banner? Because he was happy when that went up.
Exactly.
And the ones in Philadelphia, when they hung up his Western Conference banner, Eastern Conference banner, was he giggling and sniggling?
No.
So
because here's the thing. What I've heard, Gil, is that it's gimmicky. Let me tell you something, and I'm old enough. I'm a little older than you, Gil. I know something that they instituted in 1979. Chris Ford was the first one to make one, the three-point shot. Mm-hmm. They said it's gimmicky. Mm-hmm. They need to do away with it. Now, if you can't shoot the three, you can barely play on the court in the NBA game. Yep. So how's that?
No, that's facts. Like they don't pay attention to history. Like there was no shot blocking back when Wilton was doing it. So the fact that they're improving the game,
steals,
the point line got moved in.
Yes,
2 feet. Right. So this is the first year of it. 20 years from now, we're gonna be sitting here talking about, he got 20 in-season tournaments and 5 NBA championships.
Yes,
just the first one. That's the problem.
I totally agree, because I believe it's kind of like the play-in tournament. They said the play-in tournament was gimmicky. Mm-hmm. Now look at it.
Yep. And that counts as a playoff appearance for the team. It wasn't even the playoffs.
And the Lakers got in the play-in tournament and went all the way to the Western Conference Finals.
So
I think the problem that I got is that people pick and choose, because I think the problem that they got is that LeBron won.
It's LeBron.
Because had LeBron had not won it, we wouldn't have any problems.
Nope.
Everybody would have been cool with it. Because now that he win, it don't mean anything. Had he not won, he can't even win an in-season tournament.
No, that's facts. If Denver would have won it, it just continues with their dominance from last year. Mm-hmm. If Indiana Pacers would have won it, they would have got some TNT games or ESPN extra games moving further in the season. So it is that LeBron's won it, but that's what's going to make it stick.
Right. But let me ask you this. You played against Kobe. So in other words, and Jordan, and as competitive as they were, they tell the story that Jordan, Roy Williams told a story that he beat Jordan in pool, and Jordan wouldn't play pool for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And people have told the story of Jordan, and he quit, and he wouldn't do this, he wouldn't do that. And we know how ultra competitive Kobe was. So if they'd had this thing, if David Stern had instituted this, so Jordan going to boycott, say, man, I ain't playing this gimmicky thing. What's Kobe going to do? Say, nah, I ain't playing this gimmicky thing. Or are they going to try and win?
That's a tough one. The reason, because as long as it's there, they're going to try to win it. 100%. Jordan's going to win it. Them Bulls teams is going to win it. If Kobe is in a position to win it, he's going to win it. But Kobe was the same person who was arguing about the new ball that came in.
Yes.
And he said this. He said, if Jordan didn't play with it, I don't want to play with it. Don't help me try to break records. Let me do it on my own. Right? If Jordan didn't have this ball that helps it go in, don't get that shit to me. And that's one of the reasons that the ball got boycotted. Because they're like, those guys are like, nah, I don't want it if Jordan didn't have it.
Because the ball went from Spalding, it used to be Spalding, and now it's Wilson, am I correct?
Yeah, but this one was a Spalding ball. It was that fusion ball.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of like that feeble ball.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, huh? Hey.
You let it go with it.
Gave that motherfucker 60 in that one. 60, 54, 50. Oh, I was doing work in that ball.
George Karl. You know, I'm really sick of George Karl. I've never met the man, but I'm already sick of him. He tweeted, the bubble banner, in-season banner stitched together would be like one whole banner. Bro, you didn't win anything. You know what? I just want somebody, can one former player tweet support of George Karl. Is there any of his players that like him that played for him?
This is George. This Matthews, right? This Matthews.
No, George Karl.
No,
George Karl.
George Matthew Karl. Hey, when you don't like him, you got to say his middle name.
Matthew, Matthew Karl.
The one who benched Kobe when he was 18. That in that All-Star game, and Kobe hated him since. Averaged 32 points a game in 17 matches in the playoffs, and George Karl with them dynasty teams he was having. Mm-hmm. The man won 5. He had 5 50-plus seasons. Out of 9 times to the playoffs, he was out the first round, 8 of them. That's George Karl.
Yeah.
Oh, he should go ahead and shut up.
And I think he was one. I think he might have been the first 1 seed to lose to an 8 seed when the Nuggets beat the Supersonics.
Yes, sir.
In '94.
He's an underachiever. Hey, we should thank him. We should thank him for 92. See, people don't know Matthew was coaching the Spain team in 92, right? That's where he won. He got a championship in 92 over in Spain.
Okay. Yeah.
But he was coaching those players that MJ was running through. Oh,
right.
Yeah, when we beat them by 41, oh, yeah, that was his team.
that was his team. Again, Gail, we know why the bubble don't hold significance to a lot of people. Who won the championship in the bubble?
Bron.
Had anybody else won? Because what I heard, what people have been trying to tell me for the longest, that LeBron James is the most mentally weak NBA player that they've ever seen. But he was the only guy and keep his team and himself in that confined space for 3+ months. So if you're so mentally weak where you can't go nowhere, you got cabin fever at the yin yang, how was he able to stay so mentally focused while all the mentally tough teams and players succumb to the pressure?
Because mentally weak is something people just throw around because of tweets and stuff, right? Mentally weak is what the Clippers were. Right? Oh, I don't want to be here. Why should I go there? I'm scared. That's mentally weak when you're talking about being in the jungle fighting against players that are saying, "Hey, I'm just here to win." Right?
Right.
You seen what Booker did in the bubble, right? They went 8-0, mentally strong. The guys who went there just to go there, they were mentally strong. Right now, from there, it's about basketball. The mentally weak didn't focus on basketball. They complained about everything but the game itself.
Right.
And that's the problem. Like you're mad at the team who was more disciplined. That's all. Yeah, Clippers, you can be mad all you want. Clipper fans, you can be mad at you want. But your team is the one who's complaining about everything. We can't go to the strip club. We can't do it. We can't do that. That's mentally weak.
But if you notice, they didn't want, all of a sudden, you notice they didn't want to be there once they got kicked out and they was up 3-1. Now, when they was up 2-1, they was up 3-1. Whoa, we want to be here. This is what it's about. We're playing the game we love. No distraction. You get chased down, now all of a sudden, we didn't want to be here, man. We had checked out. And we heard people saying it wasn't going to matter, so we checked out.
No,
really, dude?
I heard that. No, listen. They checked out just like Doc Rivers checked out. Right? They checked all their asses out of that hotel.
So in other words, they cost Doc his job.
No.
Doc
cost himself that job. He up 3-1 playing golf every day.
But Gil, the players just said they didn't want to be there.
Hey, this is a true story. Game 7. Game 7, They come in the locker room, everybody focused. Doc talking about his golf score that he did early today. Not the game itself. So he was speaking on just his golfing. And somebody mentioned to him, I hope you're ready to coach today, because if you lose, there's going to be a problem. Because he was not focused on the game. Man, and his ass was out of there. Listen, during the game, I heard he done hit Elton Brand. Hey, man, you got a job open for me? What? I'm throwing a little extra on halftime. He hit a week later.
Kind of like the Draymond situation when he was in the parking lot and he called KD after LeBron chased him down 3-1. Very similar situation. I added a little yeast to the story so it'll grow, but you get the idea of it.
You got it.